So, hello, my name is Daniel. I am in the textile industry since over 40 years, and since 17 years I'm with a company that produces Ventile. I'm talking to you about pushing the boundaries of what is possible with natural performance fibers and fabrics. So Ventile was developed during Second World War by British scientists. Ventile even saved lives during this time. How this was possible? How could Ventile save lives? I'll explain you a bit later in my presentation. What is Ventile? Ventile is first of all a high-performance fabric. It is made from 100% cotton or other natural fibers, but it's mainly cotton we're talking about here. Ventile is approximately 30% denser than any other comparable fabric you can find on the market. So that's easily said the densest cotton fabric in the world. I will prove you that afterwards. The pores of that Ventile fabric is roughly, when we measured it, 2 to 3 microns is the pore size of a fabric. What does Ventile? Ventile is protecting you, first of all. It is windproof because of its super high density. It is weatherproof, so it protects you from rain. It is water repellent, of course. And most of all, and the most important is that it's breathable because it's 100% natural fibers. Now I show you how it works and how it protects you. So in this bucket here, there's 9 liters of water I poured in yesterday morning. If you want to see, you feel free to come a bit closer. Maybe it's easier for you to see. The red thing is the fabric, and the fabric is holding back the water. So prove yourself, or look at yourself, there is no water going through the fabric. It is really waterproof. And now I show you how it's breathable. I'm pumping a little bit of air in here, and you will see the result here. So that's how it looks. It is 100% cotton. It is not coated. It's DWR impregnated. It needs an impregnation on top of it to be water repellent. Otherwise, the fabric would get wet. But this is what cotton can do, the densest cotton fabric in the world, which is Ventile. Ventile is made, or only can be made, with extra long staple fibers. Extra long staple fibers are roughly 37 millimeters long, minimum. Worldwide, only 2% of all cotton fibers produced are classified as extra long staples. So it's from the beginning a very rare fiber. When it comes to, that's later, yeah. So, Ventile Organic is even more exclusive. Organic fibers, worldwide, also only 2%. Now we do the combination, we do the math. 2% of 2%, that ends up in 0.04% of all fibers worldwide produced are organic cotton extra long staple. And that's what you see here. And that's the result. So it's really something special. So that's why Ventile pushes the boundaries of what is possible with sustainable fabrics. Ventile is always made from twisted yarns. This increases the fabric density. You can weave denser, actually. There is a higher abrasion resistance, and it results in a smoother fabric surface. The manufacturing of Ventile is also unique. So it starts with spinning. Spinning, extra long staple again. You need to have very even yarns, because every thin place or thick place in a yarn leads to an open pore in the fabric, which would lead to a leak, right? After spinning, we double the yarn, we twist them to make it more resistant against abrasion, to make it even more even. After twisting, there is the weaving, and we're using a special weaving construction that is 2 warp yarns parallel and 1 by 1 weft yarn. So it's a half Panama construction. It's or Oxford weave, can be called also Oxford weave. Then the most crucial point at the end is the dyeing and finishing, where you can make a lot of defects and wrong things. So the quality finally is produced at the dyeing and finishing. And all in all, the result is then what you get here. So Ventile is not only super dense, it's also super sustainable. We produce or we offer organic cotton, GOTS certified. This is the GOTS certified fabric here. We also, in the meantime, we have developed recycled cotton, 100% recycled cotton fabrics. They are not as dense as these ones. You will ask me, what is the staple length of the recycled cotton, which is, of course, less than extra long staple, which is normal. But we think we still achieve a very good performance, water repellency, and breathability on the recycled cotton also, which is a good option for a sustainable solution. We also offer a hemp blend, so organic cotton in warp and a hemp in the weft. Ventile is certified as Ecotex standards, of course. It is, in the case of organic cotton, it is GOTS certified. In the case of recycled cotton, it's GRS certified. Ventile is, of course, PFC-free. We already started, or the first production batch, PFC-free, was produced in 2007. So many years ago, many years before the regulation took place here in Europe. Nowadays, we produce all the fabrics, or since 4 years minimum, we have changed all the DWR to PFC-free. So we wanted to be on the safe side, and we wanted to be faster than the regulations in Europe took place. Another interesting development is Ventile with Nordshield. This is a nature-based performance fiber technology. It is an antimicrobial treatment, and it shows one of the future solutions in textiles. Now I'm coming back to my story, my initial question or remark. So Ventile saved life during Second World War. How did that happen? What happened there? So England was in war with Germany at that time, and they had to ditch the planes into the ice-cold Atlantic oftentimes for different reasons. They ran out of gas or they were shot down. However, the pilots, they survived the ditching, but after a few minutes, they died, they passed away because of the cold. They could not survive a long time because of the cold water. So then Winston Churchill told to the Shirley Institute in Manchester, please develop us a fabric which is dense enough which can be made into an overall to protect the pilot into the ice-cold water, so he has a bigger chance to survive. And what happened is that's where Ventile was produced and developed and produced, and it finally worked up to 80% of the pilots could be rescued then in the water. That's how the legend started. This is the Shirley Institute in Manchester. So later, after the war, the adventurers discovered Ventile as the perfect fabric for their garments to cross the Arctic, for example, or to climb the Mount Everest. Nowadays, we have many offers to use Ventile fabrics, which I show you now as a few examples. So it's a typical fabric for outerwear. Accessories like hats and caps. Shoes. This is a beautiful collaboration with Doc Martens. I have that shoe also here. The nice thing is they even use the brand, so Ventile, the brand on the shoe, which is great. And we have a similar story, a similar history actually, Doc Martens and Ventile, so that's the perfect collaboration between two great British brands. Ventile is even being used. It's okay. Oh yeah, okay, please, yeah. Oh yeah, you can also show that one. The hat, New Era hat, made from recycled cotton. In this case, we see a camper van. So the fabric is being used up there, yeah, where you need also ventilation, where you need a good climate inside the camper van. So that's a nice customer there is using it also in England. For horse riding, for example, you can use it. Watch straps, if I remember, also we have some customers, they produce watch straps. And all I want to say here is to join the movement, to love the environment, and to choose slow fashion. If you want to see the bubbles by close, you come and see here or on my booth, which is down the hallway to your left. What is I04? I04, our booth, right? Yeah.
The I stands for Innovation Zone.
Thank you very much. Yeah. So that's roughly what I can tell you right now. You might have a few questions, and thank you very much for your interest already.
Can we show our appreciation to Daniel, please? Now, I am lucky because I am more than aware of Ventile. It's been a very big influence with my students because it is classic, but it's a performance material. Daniel, can you tell us a little bit more about how, when I first joined the outdoor industry in the 1980s, Ventile was only used as a double layer. And now you have introduced new fibers, you've introduced new styling, you've introduced better drape. Can you tell us how the fabric has changed since Stolz started to become involved? Because you've really given it a boost and you've really revitalized it.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's a good, nice question, thank you, yeah. Actually, when I started with Stolz, there were only 4 types of fabrics, the standard types. There was, of course, the original one, the L28, that was developed during Second World War. And there were 2 or 3 other lighter types of fabric. So since nowadays we offer 20 types of fabrics, so we opened the scale, we gave more options by blending with other fibers, by using recycled fabrics or recycled fibers, by make even more weights, lighter and heavier weights. And most important, we changed into organic cotton. In the beginning, it was all non-organic. So nowadays, we're selling 65% of all our sales in Ventile is organic cotton. That's a great number. Since, as I said in the beginning, there's only 2% of organic fibers on the market, but we are selling 65% in organic. So that's for me the greatest achievement. And that's our contribution to a healthy environment.
Daniel, I'm actually going to pull you up. It's less than 2%.
Is it even less?
It's closer to 1% than 2%. So it sounds like you're making a really major influence.
Wow.
But can I extend the question? Have you yet started with regenerative agricultural cotton? So whether it's regenerative organic agriculture or just regenerative cotton, have you yet started to play with it? These are the new fibers people are talking about. It's a different way of farming.
That's a different way of organic producing fibers, or what is it?
Correct.
Okay.
If I just have a quick show of hands here, does anyone know what I'm talking about when I say regenerative agriculture? Okay, just one or two. I'm going to talk about it for 30 seconds. In really simple terms, when we were 12, we all learned about photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide goes into a plant, oxygen comes out. The carbon is sequestered and goes into the roots and leaves. That's why trees are made of carbon. What regenerative agriculture, it's what Patagonia has swapped to, what North Face have swapped to, what Finisterre have swapped to. That's holding more carbon in the ground by the way they grow it, so that you can have the organic version, but this is sequestering carbon out of the air. We live on a planet. There's only so much carbon. We don't increase or decrease the carbon. If it's in the atmosphere, it's a greenhouse gas. But regenerative agriculture is how you store carbon in the ground. Okay. Does that make sense? Is that a fair description?
Sounds good, at least.
It's a new and incoming thing where it's nothing to do with me, it's way smaller than organic at the moment, and we've already identified how small organic is.
To be honest, I cannot tell you that we are using already this technology, but we are using Supima fibers. Okay. So I guess Supima is on top of the development of such fibers. Yeah, and they're also the most expensive ones. So only Supima is the right fiber. Yeah.
Daniel, you know me, I'm too much of a fiber geek, and I've asked you a really serious fiber question about future fibers. But this is more filling. Daniel's happy to take other questions if anyone wants to delve into the other questions from Daniel. Because otherwise, I'm going to have to say, can we show our appreciation to Daniel? Before we wrap up, what's the one thing you want the audience to leave with in their mind? What's the one thing they should do? So what should they focus on about Ventile?
I want you to remind what you've seen here, actually, that what can be done, achieved with only natural fibers. Usually people think this is only possible with a membrane or synthetics or whatsoever, with high technology things. No, it's 100% natural fibers. We only need to apply brilliant, precise textile technology, and we have to work precisely on that one. And that's what we can achieve with a lot of effort. That's what I want you to remind.
And on that note, can we show our appreciation once again for Daniel?
Thank you very much.